Algorand skyrockets 27% as bullish golden cross sparks rally. In this video, I want to talk to you about this article and tell you why this is so bullish and important for Algorand. And we are also going to go on the live chart and see what are we having there. And a spoiler alert, I think now we are having some very strong bullish signs that suggest probably the best is yet to come. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're having a great time with your family and loved ones. And before talking about this article, I want to tell you that in about a day or two for my YouTube members, I'm going to put an hour-long video, and in it I'm going to talk about the altcoins that I'm having and their likely targets and what might be next for Bitcoin and also altcoin market in the next couple of months. So if you're interested in those informations, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And if you also have some altcoins that you want me to do a complete analysis on it, you can also become a member and ask me about those ones. And with all that said, let's check out this article and see what is happening. There we go. A smart contract platform, Algorand, is currently up 27% over the last 24 hours. Algorand continued its surge from yesterday, achieving highs of 38 cents in today's trading session. Now, this article is from, I think it was 3 days ago. Now we are at much higher prices, but it doesn't really matter. I want to talk to you about this phrase right in here, golden cross, and tell you why this is so bullish. So first, what does golden cross mean? Basically, you need to go on Algorand's chart in daily time frame, and you need to put two very specific moving averages on the chart. First is going to be the 200 moving average. Second is going to be the 50-day. Now, whenever you are having a bullish cross between these two MAs, you can say at that point that we are having a golden cross. And the reason that so many people call it a golden cross is because usually in some markets, this thing causes a big move up. Now for me, I don't believe that the real reason for why we had this huge move on the upside is because of this golden cross. However, in this case, my opinion doesn't matter. You see, I believe that one of the main reasons that we are having a big move up is first, in here we had a long-term drawn-out correction structure, and before that we had an impulsive movement on the upside, and basically this is a 1-2, which suggests the next move is going to be a big one up into wave 3, 4, 5. However, people really do not care about these things, and imagine this. Let's say instead of using the phrase golden cross in here, it would have said, for example, Algorand is on its way to complete a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave impulsive structure on the upside. Do you think people would have been interested in this article? Absolutely 100% not. And this is the point that I'm trying to make. Sure, maybe this golden cross overall is not going to matter a whole lot. However, this is exactly, in my opinion, what attracts investors' attention and what makes people and also maybe some companies to invest in Algorand. So you see, I believe the structures do matter a lot, but we cannot deny the important role of narrative. And now that we are having a golden cross in here, I'm going to argue this might be one of the things that is going to cause a big move on the upside in Algorand. And even if you check out the live chart, you can actually see that we did have some big moves on the upside whenever we had a golden cross in here. For example, this is one case, and from this area around, let's say 19 cents, we had about, I think, a 60% move on the upside. Let's check out some other examples. There we go. Here is another one from this point, about $1. We had a big move up to about the highest side in this region, around $2.50. Another example is going to be right in here from 40 cents. We had a big move up to about $1.50. Another one is in here from 30 cents. This time we had a decent move up, about 150% move to about the 75 cents. So the golden cross in here does actually have a history of relatively, I would say, working out, and that kind of adds a decent amount of validity to this signal. But again, I want to be very clear. In my opinion, we can have much better reasons for why this move up right in here is happening. And now let's go on our own chart and talk about our own method called Elliot waves. There we go. You see, if you are a new viewer, and I do know that a lot of you are, because these days every time that I make a new video, I get a bunch of new viewers and subs. You need to know that if you want to argue, for example, in terms of Elliot waves, the bottom is going to be in right around this area. Let's say this is like a very important support, then okay, you need to be able to find off of the lowest low in this region a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave on the upside. This specific example is a normal 5 wave. The rules for it are, we shouldn't have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4, and in any kind of impulsive structure, wave 3. Right in here should not be the smallest wave, and for subwaves, as you can see, we need to have 5 wave up into wave 1, 3, and 5, and for wave 2 and 4, we can have different scenarios. Let's say maybe like a WXY into 4 and an ABC structure into wave 2. This is why around these prices, I was so bullish in Algorand. You see, this point is the lowest low around 8 cents. And what do we have off of it? A very clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up with all the sub waves. I would argue, I think I said it before, 5 waves on the upside probably do not get any more clear than this. And followed by that, we had in here a correction structure down, and that made me say, you know what, this is the wave 1, this is the wave 2, and we can expect soon a huge move on the upside into wave 3 and 4 and 5 in order to have a magnificent bull run in Algorand. This is, in my opinion, the real reason for why we got a big move up so far, and I do not believe that is actually over. You see, if we remember the last time that we talked about Algorand, we were somewhere around this area right in here, which, if you don't know, in terms of class CTA, we are having an unbelievably important resistance area from weekly and daily time frame at the same time between, let's say, 27 to about 32.5 cents. And we said it in the previous video also, we can actually do some consolidation pattern in here, but soon I'm expecting a move up in order to get a break of this region, and we did actually get it. And now I'm going to argue we are in Algorand much more bullish than before. Why is that? Well, let's zoom out a bit more. Okay, as you can see, in this sharp move on the upside, we actually took the highest side in this region, and because this is a very fast and strong move up, which is a very important characteristic of an impulsive structure, I can now be bullish with quite a bit more confidence in terms of Elliot waves and tell you, look, this is actually our wave 3. And if this is the case, well, okay, this thing right in here is just the beginning and our move up is just far from over. Do we have some other reasons to be bullish? Absolutely. You see, above here, above this very important resistance area, I just do not believe that we are having a whole lot of strong supports, and I fully believe that the road on the upside is now much more clear than before. So we are having two very important reasons to believe this move up is going to continue in the next couple of months. Now, what about the very short term? Let's go on maybe even 30-minute chart and see what is happening. So at the moment, I am considering two different scenarios. Either we are going to have something like this, and then we're going to get a continuation of the move up in order to just continue setting higher highs and high lows, which is fantastic. Or maybe we are going to get a relatively, I would say, deep move on the downside to somewhere around these areas, maybe around the 35 cents region. Now, what's going to happen in this case? Well, the important point for you to understand is this: whatever move on the downside that we are going to maybe have in Algorand is just going to be a correction structure, and after it's over, I'm betting on a huge move up. And if we get something like this, I think the next move up is going to be extremely sharp. And if you are interested to know what the likely target for it is going to be, well, we need to, I think, get help from classic TA once more, meaning support and resistances. You see, I told you above here we're not having a whole lot of strong resistances until where? Somewhere around $1 to 1.1 bucks right in here. So let's have a quick conclusion. I think the fact that we got a break of this very important resistance area with absolute authority is a fantastic sign that suggests our move up is going to continue. And since above here we're not having a whole lot of strong resistances until somewhere around $8, for me makes perfect sense to say that our move up is going to continue for at least another 100 to 120% in the short term. And if we get something like this, in my opinion, this is going to be a fantastic buy opportunity in Algorand. I will definitely go long around these prices in hope that we get from this region maybe a 250% move on the upside. I think that is definitely possible in Algorand. So let's have our final conclusion and wrap up today's video. In terms of Elliot's waves, this thing right in here is a very strong move up, which is a very important characteristic of an impulse. In terms of class CTA, we definitely broke this very important resistance area, and I think we can have from here even another 100% move on the upside, and we definitely have all the right structures. What about the news and narratives, which will play, in my opinion, a very important role in this altcoin season? Well, we pretty much have the best news that we can ever ask for, because now we are having the golden cross, meaning in daily time frame we are having, if I just open this one, there we go, a cross between the 200 moving average and 50 MA, which is actually a fantastic sign. Now for me personally, I'm not really a big moving average guy, but again, I don't believe that is going to matter a whole lot. What really matters is the narrative. And when you see the title of these articles saying that we are having now golden cross in Algorand, this will, in my opinion, attract a lot of investors' attention, which will ultimately drive the price just higher and higher. So in my opinion, we are having every single bullish news and a structure in Algorand. I just do not believe that we are going to stop here, especially because we got a solid break of this region, and I do think we can actually have another 100% move up easily in the short term. So I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in Algorand's price chart. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, and you want to have access to my bull run target videos for the alts that I'm holding, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next video, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.